Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Thrift Adventure, and for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Amy. I'm a full-time reseller, primarily on the Poshmark app, but I do dabble on other online platforms and I sell locally. Today I'll be doing a ship with me video. In these videos, I go day to day and I share the different items that I'm shipping out. I talk about how much they sold for, what I paid for them, and what my profit is. So you want to be sure to watch all the way to the end because I always have interesting and unique items, and hopefully you can learn some new things to keep your eyes out for while you're out thrifting. So it is Monday and these are the sales from the weekend. I only had sales on Poshmark this weekend, but it was a pretty decent weekend. So let's get started. The first item that sold is this vintage wide leather belt. It is genuine leather and it is by Liz Claiborne. For my returning viewers, you all know how much I love selling belts. For my new viewers, you will see that I sell tons of belts, and many of my existing subscribers are talking about how they have started picking up and buying and selling belts. I think it is really a great bread and butter item, meaning it's something that I can find easily in my area. It's pretty affordable for me and it sells quickly and on a regular basis. So this belt sold for $20 and I had paid $3 for it. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $13. I like to aim to have, you know, at least a $15 profit on belts, but it doesn't always work out that way. And sometimes when sales are slow, if I get a reasonable offer on a belt where I'm still going to be making money, I will go ahead and accept it to try and increase momentum and get more sales in my closet. So the next item is another belt. I thought this was pretty cool. It kind of has a tie in the front and that it's pretty thin and you just clasp it together like that. This belt also sold for $20. Someone made me an offer on this as well. Both belts I had listed for $39, which is typically where I list my non-designer or not super special belts. And I, try to sell them in the $20 to $40 range. So did I say this one sold for $20 as well? I paid $1 for it. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $15. Right in line with, what I aimed to profit on belts. And I usually pick up belts at thrift stores, and I actually especially like picking them up at estate sales because a lot of times they just price them at like 50 cents or $1. And so you can get a pretty good deal on belts and make a fair amount on your investment. So another thing I really like selling is jewelry. And this next sale was this really fun pair of clip-on earrings. And these were just really pretty. They're little like angel wings with rhinestones. Now I do pick up clip earrings, but I only like to pick them up when they are very affordable, under $2, because a lot of times they take a little bit of time to sell and they don't sell for real high dollar amounts. These sold pretty quickly and they sold for $25. I do think these were a pretty cool pair, pretty unique, and I only paid $1 for them. So I am happy with that. After posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $19. I do add ribbon to my jewelry sales, but I don't buy new ribbon. I only pick it up at also estate sales and thrift stores. I just figure people are probably going to throw the ribbon away, and so I think it's kind of a waste to buy new stuff. I also use these little boxes that I get from Dollar Tree, and they're actually in the food storage section at the Dollar Tree, and they're like 10 for $1.29 or 39, whatever it is at the dollar store now. And I think they work great for earrings, rings, smaller jewelry pieces, and I feel like they keep the, you know, the piece safe. So did I say my profit was $19 on those? Pretty happy with that for a $1 investment. The next item that sold is this Lululemon zip up kind of jacket. This is an older piece, and I picked it up a long time ago for myself at a thrift store, and I just never ended up wearing it, and I finally got it listed. It did have some kind of fading wash wear on it and some pilling. So I think I originally had it listed for like $40 or $45. But I got an offer for, or actually no, I sent out an offer to Likers for $29 with discounted shipping. I went through and sent out some more aggressive offers on all of my coat type items. So this buyer accepted that. I had paid, I think I paid $5 for it. I didn't have it written down because I purchased it for myself, but I'm pretty sure that's what I paid. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $16.18. That's just fine with me for something that I originally bought for myself. It's nice to make a little profit on it. So the next item is a pretty great sale and was also a result of me sending out some aggressive offers on coats in my closet. So this is a vintage sheepskin shearling coat by Sawyer. Let me think of what it is. Yes, Sawyer of Napa. I paid up for this, and I'm actually going to package this up off camera just because it is so cumbersome, but I paid $70 for this. The only reason that I did that is because I have sold many of these sheepskin coats for minimum $150, usually in the $200 to $250 range. This one sold for $185. It did have some, it was almost like pilling to the leather in places like under the armpits, and it definitely had some wear. I did have it listed quite a bit higher, but I sent out 40% off offers with discounted shipping, and this buyer counteroffered with $185. I decided to go ahead and accept that because it's the middle of summer and I had a somewhat high investment into it for $70. So I did want to get that money back. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $78. That is still a great profit, or it is a very good profit, even though I pretty much doubled my money from my original investment, but I am happy with that. So the next item that sold is this fun Zara jumpsuit. And this is kind of a, it's like an off-white color, and it's kind of like a light denim type fabric, kind of utility fabric. And this was new with tags, which I also need to take this. I took this on consignment, so I had a little marker on there to remind me what the consignment number was. And the original retail, I think, was $89. Buyer offered me $60. I think I had it listed for $69 or $79. So I thought that was a really great offer for that. Let me get organized here. I think I'm gonna put this in here. So for my consignment pieces, I do a 50-50 split after website fees. So after Posh's fees, that made my profit $24. and my cost of goods $24 because I will pay the consignor $24. That may seem like a higher amount to charge for consignment, but I really look at, you know, my time as being valuable, and it's not just the photographing that goes into it. There is inventory, you know, storage, you have to share, update the listing, all of the things. And so I look at it like, you know, either I could be selling that person's item or listing one of my own items. So I want to make sure that I am making a reasonable profit for that time investment. But I think that is a really great sales price for this, even though it was new with tags. Sorry. Okay, and then another coat sold. This one is interesting because I sent out the 40% off offers with discounted shipping, and then this sold for full price. Sometimes that happens when I send out a lot of offers on items. I think somehow it boosts the algorithm for me, and I will inevitably get a full price sale on an item that I sent out offers on. So I'm not really sure why that happens, but this sold for $65. This is a semi-vintage suede jacket with faux shearling lining, and it is by Guess. I think that this is maybe from the 2000s. I am not positive, but it just kind of has that look to it. So I was thrilled to sell this for $65 because it had been listed for a little while, probably over a year. And I only paid $5 for it. So that left me with a really nice profit of $47 after fees and my cost of goods. So even though it is hot in most areas of the country, sometimes people will, you know, buy in advance or be going somewhere where they need a coat, or they're just up for getting a good deal. So I do still send out offers on these types of things, even when it is summer. Okay, so that is it for today, but there will be at least one more clip. I'm going out of town this weekend, but there'll probably be 2 more. So if you are enjoying my videos and you haven't already subscribed, I'd like to invite you to subscribe. It's totally free. It really encourages me when people subscribe, and it helps me out. It tells YouTube that people are enjoying my videos, and so YouTube will kind of boost my videos and suggest them to more people. I also really appreciate it if you can give my videos a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Those really help me. Okay, don't go anywhere. I will be back soon to share what else I sell. I'll see you then. Hey, it's a couple of days later, and I've got a few things to ship out. It's actually Thursday, and the last time I shipped was Monday, and I have 3 sales. So far, kind of a disappointing week after Monday was pretty good. Only 2 sales on Poshmark over that 3 days and 1 sale on Cherish. Summer is typically slower for me in general, and because I travel a lot, meaning that I am taking more days off. So although I am a little disappointed in my sales this week, I am very thankful and happy to have the freedom in my career to go camping and fishing and do all these fun things and live my life to the fullest. So I try and focus on the good parts of my life when sales are a little slower, and also on, you know, the previous weeks that I've had recently that have been really great. So let's get started. The first item is this vintage lacquer tray, and this sold on Cherish. I picked this up for a couple of different reasons. I just really loved the flower. It was only $3 at a small town rural thrift store. And when I did a quick Google image search, I saw some pretty great comps for these red lacquer trays. So I am glad I picked it up because it sold for $99, which is awesome. I'll go ahead and read you what my title was. Vintage 1960s Japanese Shirokiya. There was a sticker on the back. Pardon me if I butchered that. Red lacquer round tray flower, floral lacquered. So I put lacquer and lacquered, flower and floral. I always put as many keywords as I can think of to hopefully help a buyer find it. But it's in pretty nice condition, but it did have some chipping around the edges, which I did note in the description. It also had some kind of scuffs on the back, but I think $99 is an amazing sale for that. Like I said, I paid $3. So after Cherish's fee and my cost of goods, that made my profit $76.42. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to package that up off camera. I did want to mention something else. So when you're selling hard goods and you're doing research, it can be kind of a fine line on when you find other listings that say an item is a certain brand or a certain designer. Sometimes those are just other dealers and they're not necessarily experts. So something happened to me recently where I sold an item, this large purple decanter. And I do believe, and I still believe, that it is by Blanco based on my research, but the buyer is claiming that it is not. I found another example that was just like it, that was actually signed by the artist, and that's why I am pretty convinced that it is Blanco, but the buyer is saying that it is not. So I would just say be cautious when you are using brand names and designers, because sometimes when you take another dealer's word for it, they may not know what they're talking about. So what I'm going to do moving forward, if there is no maker's marks or stickers, I'm going to say attributed to such and such designer or attributed to such and such brand. And note there are no maker's marks or stickers. That way, you know, the buyer, it can be more clear to the buyer that I am maybe not certain who the designer is, but I am attributing it to that based on my research. You guys can do it how you like. I just try and share my experiences with you so that hopefully you can learn from my mistakes or my experiences so that you hopefully don't have to go through the same thing that I did. So hopefully that is helpful. The next two items sold on Poshmark. They're both belts. Thank goodness for belts. I feel like sometimes I just am a broken record talking about belts, but they really are a great bread and butter item for me. So this is a vintage tooled leather belt with this stitching. It has a spot on the back where someone could have their name tooled in. It does not have a buckle on it. And I sell these all the time without buckles. This one actually had a buckle on it when I got it at the estate sale, and that's why I grabbed it. But the buckle had some sort of it was silver, and then it had some sort of decoration on the front. And somehow by the time I got it home, the decoration on the front was gone, which was pretty disappointing. I'm sure it just got, when they were going through it, adding up, it somehow came off. But I only paid $1 for the whole thing. So I just went ahead and listed the belt without the buckle. And it sold for $23 with discounted shipping. So still a great sale for that little investment. And it sold relatively quickly too. I think less than a month. So I am happy with that for sure. After Posh fees and, let's see. Actually, I've got these mixed up. So this tooled belt sold for $27. And I'm not sure if it had discounted shipping or not. I paid $1.50 for the tooled belt. So I must have been thinking, or who knows, my inventory sheet, says tooled belt. It could have been one or the other. But that made my profit $18.08. Still a great little profit on a $1.50 investment. And I am going to continue picking up belts whenever I see them because they just keep selling for me. So the next item is this mock croc print men's, I mean, it could be women's too, but I think it was originally meant to be like a men's dress belt. And I picked this up because I liked the printed leather, but when I got it home, I noticed that, I don't know, can you see that there's some kind of cracking and flaking on the inside lining, but the outside still looks good. So I just went ahead and listed it anyways and noted that in the description. A buyer offered me $23. Because this was a little flawed, I just went ahead and accepted it. This one I did pay $1 for. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $17.40. So this is going to be a shorter video this week because we are going camping and fishing and boating again. I'm very excited. It's 4th of July coming up here. We have a really big group of people, which actually I'm a little anxious about because there's over 20 people going with us. And that's just a lot of people and personalities to coordinate, but inevitably we always end up having a great time. So I'm very excited about that. If I get some footage, I will tack it on to the end of this video. You guys seem to enjoy little snippets here and there of my adventures, and Millie, our puppy, if you haven't watched my other videos, she's doing really great. We took her on her first river trip a couple of weeks ago, and she did really great. I was really nervous because there are some rapids on that river. They're not crazy rapids, like you don't need to necessarily wear a life vest, but we sure had a life vest on her because we were just worried she could just jump out of the boat. And she is still small. She's only about 25 pounds. So if she got caught up in rapids, it would be pretty hard for her to, you know, swim out of that. But she's a little bit bigger this time, and I'm hoping she does well again because we go all the time and we want her to be an outdoor adventure dog with us. We don't want to leave her home. So that is all for this week. I'm not going to film if I have items to ship tomorrow unless I sell something really amazing. I just don't think that I will have time, but I will be gone for almost 5 days. So hopefully the start of the next video will have a whole bunch of things to share with you because I want to make money while I'm on vacation, and I probably won't have time to work. But if I haven't mentioned it in this video, if you guys are enjoying my channel, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. When you ring the bell, it notifies you when I upload new videos. Also, if you give this video a thumbs up and comment down below, all those things really help me out. They tell YouTube that people are enjoying my videos, and then YouTube suggests my videos to more people, which encourages me and helps my channel grow. I'm so appreciative of all of you who have already subscribed and continue to like and comment and watch my videos. It just means so much to me. I just really, really appreciate it, and you've all been so kind. So I hope you all because this will come out after 4th of July, I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday, and I will see you soon. Thanks again for watching.